It's time for your Vicksburg Daily News Brief, brought to you by Cook Tractor Company. Check out the complete line of compact and subcompact L-Series tractors, now with great financing packages in Kubota country at Cook Tractor on Highway 80. Check them out online at cooktractorco.com or give them a call today at 601-TRACTOR. In our top story, fire heavily damages one building at a Warren County apartment complex. That's just ahead. In the never bring a knife to a gunfight category, Vicksburg police answered a call in the 3100 block of Washington Street on Thursday afternoon. Vicksburg Daily News' David Day caught up with Vicksburg Police Chief Milton Moore, who had this to say.
At about 15:14, my officer responded to his address 3119 Washington Street in reference to a disturbance. Once they arrived here, they noticed one male had a cut in his hand. One male was shot in the leg. The male that was shot in the leg, of course, he's being transported to River Region. The male that was cut in his hand, he's being taken down to the station to give a statement. We're looking at charging both individuals. We're still trying to determine exactly what happened.
55-year-old Jeffrey Young was charged with aggravated assault. He's being held without bond, awaiting a Friday initial appearance in Vicksburg Municipal Court. In a story we first brought you on Wednesday, Detrick Johnson has turned himself into Vicksburg police. He's charged with residential burglary. He made an initial appearance on Thursday in front of Municipal Court Judge Alan Darabo, who granted Johnson a $25,000 bond. As the Mississippi River Commission was meeting with stakeholders and other interested parties in Vicksburg on Thursday, a consortium of environmental groups filed a second lawsuit in federal district court in Washington, D.C., attempting to block the Yazoo backwater pumps. And in our top story, Warren County firefighters responded to the Azalea Trace Apartments at 320 Fisher Ferry Road at around 6:36 a.m. on Thursday morning. Multiple units from Fisher Ferry, along with Engine 209 from Calkin, responded to the blaze. They were on scene for approximately 4 hours. Later in the day, they responded a second time at around 1:30 as embers from the fire rekindled. 2 units in Building 7 were destroyed. Multiple other units sustained heat and water-related damages. Warren County Sheriff's Fire Investigator Sam Winchester, along with Warren County Fire Coordinator Jerry Briggs, have determined the origin of the blaze was possibly an overturned candle. There were no injuries associated with this fire. Taking a look at our sports, brought to you by Abe's Tires. You can buy tires a lot of places these days, but where can you buy great service? There's only one place, and that's Abe's Tires on 61 North. Brands like Michelin, Cooper, and more. Check them out online at abestire.com. Taking a look at sports, Warren Central's tryouts for their cross-country team will be conducted April 30th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. at the track at Warren Central. Meanwhile, for girls basketball, tryouts will be held April 20th through 22nd from 5 to 6:30 at Warren Central Junior High. That's for 9th grade and varsity. Check out our spotlight on Warren Central pitcher Mason Sheely, who had 12 strikeouts in the Vikings' 11-1 win over Murrah on Tuesday night. In area diamond action, St. Al over Park Place 10-3. The Flashes tallied 13 hits. Meanwhile, the Lady Gators went down 13-8 to Brookhaven. Taking a look at our weather, brought to you by Patriot Motorsports. Now's the perfect time to be shopping for that new side-by-side from Can-Am and Polaris at Patriot Motorsports. Taking a look at our weather, look for periods of intermittent showers throughout the day Friday, a 60% chance of those showers, a high of 64, a low of 55. Saturday, look for a high of 68, a low Saturday night of 48, a 30% chance of a spotty shower. Virtually no chance of a shower on Sunday, a high of 68, a low of 40. And the chances of rain move on out as we move back into the work week. Next week, we're going to creep back into the 70s. A portion of your Vicksburg Daily News Briefs is brought to you by Battlefield Drugs. Sudden service with a smile. Visit John Story and his staff today, where you're not just a number, you're a friend. As always, I'm Tommy Parker. You're up to date. Please don't be my next news story. And if you do, make it a good one.